My name's Brian Jackson. I'm on Lansing City Council representing the 4th Ward, and we're here in the 4th Ward celebrating our sister city relationship with the delegation from Ghana. Very excited to be here. A lot of great people so far. I'm excited to learn more about their culture and their government and see how our cities are working together to fight some of the world problems.
One of the things that I have been very fortunate to have, as I've been president of the Sister Cities for a long, long time, probably around 19 or 20 years, but I've had good mayors, wonderful mayors with whom to work. And I feel myself, you gave a blessing, Pastor Martin, but I feel blessed that we have another wonderful mayor who has been so supportive in the short time that he's been mayor. Of our Sister Cities Commission. He came to our strategic planning meeting just a week ago and gave us a vision of where he sees us going internationally with the city of Lansing, and blessed us in terms of the kinds of things that we had begun to do. We're really on the same wavelength in terms of knowing that economic development is so important, but also the cultural and educational things that we've been doing. But we are really excited because Mayor Schor has shown us that he believes in the globalization of our city. And he is here, and I would ask if he would come and give greetings to our guests. And following him, I would ask Reverend Samuel Ajay, who's been with us before, to come forth and respond to the greetings from our mayor. And once again, you have no idea how much I appreciate you. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and welcome to all of our honored guests. We appreciate you being here. As a new mayor, you learn a lot of things, and one of the things that I've learned is being mayor, you are expected to welcome international guests and to go internationally and to represent this city, not just to the folks who live and work here, and not just to the region, but statewide, nationally, and internationally. It's been a learning experience for me, but in meeting with our honored guests from Ghana in my office a few days ago, and hearing about the culture, the economic development, the relationships between Lansing and the folks from Ghana, it's impressive. It's impressive to see the progress that's been made. So I will thank the delegates for traveling so far and coming here and meeting with our businesses and our residents, and I will thank Barbara, and I will thank the Sister Cities Commission for organizing the visit and for spending so much of their time. We don't pay them.
You're right.
They,
you can if you want to.
That's next year's conversation. But they put so much of their blood, sweat, and tears and their own personal resources into the relationships that are built between Lansing and many of our sister cities. And I think Ghana is our strongest. It's one of our top 2 strongest sister cities. It's what I've heard about since I've gotten here, and it's wonderful to have you all here. I'll thank Martha Fujita, who is probably still organizing everything. Martha tells me what to do. She's my protocol officer. She's our certified protocol officer as of a week or 2 ago, and she's been great organizing. You all were on a bus, and Kelly Dean of Dean Transportation, he gave us that bus for you to use. I thought he was going to be here tonight. He is a very busy gentleman, so he can't be here. But if you get a chance to see him, thank Kelly for giving us that. And just really thanks to everybody, kind of friends and those who are part of this effort. We're excited for the future. I'm disappointed to not be able to make the trip in October, but I think several of you have invited me over to Ghana, so I think I would like to get there at some point. I can't wait to see what great things you have there. I can't wait for our economic relationships. Our business is going to you, and your folks coming here and being able to exchange and have economic wins for both of us. So I'll end it there. Thank you for being here. Thank you to Councilman Jackson for being here. I am supportive of the sister cities, and in my first budget, City Council was supportive of the dollars that we have been able to allocate towards building these relationships. So I will thank Councilman Jackson and our city council. I have several of my staff here. This is important. So my chief of staff is here, Samantha, Valerie, my communications manager, and her fiance. They're here. So this is important to us. And again, thank you all for being here. Thank you to Barbara for organizing this.
Before I proceed, even though I'm not going to spend my time, I feel as if somebody is standing beside me. Somebody also who dedicated himself, traveled many times to Ghana, preached in my church. Today, when I was receiving award, he presented the award to me. Since then, he called me Saturday, Sunday. He called me Sunday, and I missed his call. He asked someone to ask me to call him back. But when I was waiting, so that church closed, because our time difference and your time difference, I had a call from Honorable Barbara Mason and said, that wonderful person is no more. Reverend Michael Murphy, I would like us to stand up just a second and give us a We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. Please be seated. Thank you so much. Honorable Mayor, distinguished, wonderful people, greetings from my President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Greetings from my regional minister, who is equal to governor here, Honorable Dafo. Greetings from my mayor, municipal chief executive. As you have heard, we have 2 now districts under your program. And it's getting very soon, one will be added to it. Honorable Buabeng, Kojo Buabeng, Isaac Kojo Buabeng. And then Ekwapem South, Honorable Frank Idu. Last but not the least, the great and visionary chief, Otobo Jankwesi II, a wonderful man.
Yes.
I believe shortly most of you will come to Ghana and meet this wonderful chief and what he is doing for our society today. Honorable Mayor, our districts are very much grateful to the type of assistance given to us. We can't thank Barbara Mason, we can't. We can't thank Bill Brew, we can't. Mazin, Baron who have been in Ghana and wanted to establish business in Ghana, and most of you. I believe that some people, not because you have it, but because you just want to help our people in our community. Maybe someone eat once a day, put something aside just to help our community. Why can't we be grateful to such wonderful people like you? By the grace of Lansing sister cities, I will mention just few projects, even though we have numerous projects. I mention these projects because these projects, anytime that I go to the clinic and see this project, in fact, I used to fill with joy. A clinic called Comb Clinic. Comb Clinic, every week, we used to receive about 10 patients because the place was so deteriorated, nothing there. The building was just about to cast down, but thank God to Sister Cities program. with my wonderful man, Bill Brew. Bill Brew, we owe you great, great gratitude, because any time that we need something to be done, it will be done. Honorable Barbara, the people of Ekwapem South District, because Home Clinic is in Ekwapem South, are very much grateful to you. Today, every day, we count not less than 200 people attending the clinic with brand new ambulance provided by Sister Cities. Not only that, Honorable Mayor, it is disheartening to see people, women who are on labor going to give birth and no water. We have no water. So they have to carry gallons, travel to about half a mile, and fetch water in gallons so that they attend to these women who are in labor. I think our women can imagine what they will go through. Thanks to you, today we have water flowing not only in the maternity ward, but also every office in the clinic by the grace of Sister Cities Commission. If I want to mention more, maybe we will not end the program today. But as much as I'm talking about the Ekwapem South, scholarships to dropouts, students, people who abandon their schools because maybe father passed away, mother passed away, or something like that. By the grace of this program, we have been able to give scholarship to over 160 people. Is that not wonderful? We are very much grateful to you. But like the saying goes, Oliver Twist asks for more. Honorable Mayor, if you get to Sawam Adwejiri, it's a very busy town, very busy town. And one thing always touches also my heart was when Sister Cities delivered an ambulance, mobile clinic, first time in our region, for us to see that mobile clinic, that you can operate, do everything in it. The mayor, deputy mayor, who was part of the delegation, after his exercise, maybe didn't drink water and was collapsed. And he was rushed into the ambulance, thanks to Mrs. Green, and to that hospital that you were equipped. So they were able to take good care of our dear mayor. So you see, no one thought that our mayor would go to that hospital. You didn't even thought of that. But you were doing it to help the people, but at the end of the day, our mayor also benefited from what he helped to provide. Now, we are looking forward to go into strong economic development exchange program with Lansing. Now, what we want to see is to see businessmen coming to Ghana and our community to establish businesses, to empower the youth, so that the youth will have something doing. Honorable Mayor, we look forward in seeing a wonderful collaboration more than ever before. We thank you. We are very grateful to you, Lansing. May God continue to bless this wonderful community. Thank you.
So I came to Michigan State in 2014. Fortunately for me, that was the year that this commission was celebrating the 20th anniversary with the relationship with the Ekwapem South. And then, so I'm from the Ekwapem South myself, so it was kind of a blessing because it was just about a month as I had gotten here. And that was one of the programs that made me really feel at home, that Lansing is home to me because I have people here that I can relate with. So I study international agricultural development at MSU. Like I said, I came in 2014 to do a master's program through the MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program. I graduated in 2016, and then I was accepted into the PhD program, and so that's why I'm still here. Hopefully I would finish as soon as possible and then find a job back home in Ghana, and then I leave, so you wouldn't have to deal with me for too long. But I have enjoyed MSU very much because one, MSU is one of the best schools when it comes to agriculture globally. And so my training there has been superb. It's been wonderful. Plus, MSU has a very, very vibrant African community. It has a very long-standing relationship with Africa, and so there is a very huge community on MSU involving students, faculty, and staff that do various projects in Africa. And I keep telling people on campus that I want to be popular, so I make sure I keep myself very active in this community, and I have really, really enjoyed it. So my 4 years here so far, apart from the fact that I come from an area that is relatively as quiet as the Lansing area, I'm not able to survive in the city life with all that much noise. So apart from that, the Lansing area and MSU has welcomed me very well. I've enjoyed my studies here, I've enjoyed the people here, and I look forward to the few years that I have left here, and then all the impact that whatever it is that I have gained here, I would be able to go make back home in Ghana. So thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
My name is Ahmed Salim Nuhu. I'm a first-year PhD student in economics with focus on the role of agriculture in development. I'm from the Upper West region of Ghana. I grew up in Obuasi, which is the gold mining town of Ghana, the premier gold mining town. I've been in MSU for 1 year, and for that matter, Lansing for 1 year. Before then, I had my master's degree in economics at Eastern Illinois University, somewhere around Urbana-Champaign in Illinois. And before then, I was in Ghana for my entire education up to undergraduate level. My experience so far has been great in Lansing. I think it's a very diverse community, particularly in the university setting. It's very diverse in terms of the opportunities it gives you to meet people with varied research interests, varied ideas. And also, as Eben mentioned, MSU is very strong in agriculture, particularly in Africa. It's one of the most Afrocentric universities. Currently, I'm working on a project that I believe I couldn't have worked on in many other places. Project in Kenya, we have several projects going on in places in Africa. And so I cherish the opportunity that I've had to study here. It's my hope that I would learn these skills and then be able to assist in designing policies and programs, which I believe that is what the Sister Cities project is gearing towards. My city is part of the Sister Cities International Program with Johannesburg and I think a city in California. So we appreciate all that you are doing for us. We enjoy the opportunities here to get education and skills, and we hope that after our education we'll be able to go back and assist both directly and also indirectly with the program and help it grow bigger, bring on more cities under the program. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. So it looks like my colleagues have already said all that I wanted to say, so I just go and sit down. Anyway, so I'm a fourth-year PhD student studying plant biology at Michigan State University. So it's quite interesting that looks like all the students here are related to agriculture, and I think it was a coincidence. It doesn't mean that every African student here is studying agriculture. So I was actually I had my bachelor's and my master's in Ghana at University of Ghana, and I was working with the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research in Kumasi before I started my PhD here. So like looking to finish hopefully next year, and go back to Ghana to continue my work in the research field. So Lansing has been very welcoming to me. The people here are very nice. All the people I've met. So before coming here, I heard about the issue of racism, but then interestingly, the other people that I've met here are very, very welcoming. They are very, if I should say, super nice. They are, I think they go out of their way to make you feel comfortable, and I really appreciate that here. And my supervisor, who is also, I think he comes from Lansing here. He has been very nice to me, helping me in so many different ways, and I'm really grateful to God for bringing me to Lansing to be able to meet other people that I've met here. And I think what I'm learning here will also be very useful when I go back to Ghana. So thank you.
Let me take this opportunity to introduce our guests, and that's why we're here this evening. We're so pleased that they were able to come and that they are here. I will first introduce, if you will stand when I call your name, Honorable Florence Governor, who is a mayor, municipal chief executive of Ashanti District in Ghana. She's also a teacher by trade, so that makes her more important. And for my grandson who needs a math tutor, I understand that she's a mathematician. Well, after today, she's going to be moving into my house for 2 nights, so my grandson may not like the fact that you're there. But we will take out his math book and give him a chance to really learn some math. She's also a representative of the President of Ghana, having been appointed by him, and is here to represent the President. Mr. Boating Kofi Ashiopong is the Municipal Chief Director of Nsawam Adwajiri, and he is also an attorney and would like to talk with Kelly Dean does get here, and I got the message that he might have to leave early, so I don't know if he's going to be able to get here or not. But he has expressed some interest in investing in transportation in Ghana. So we're going to make sure that they have that conversation today or another time before we leave. But we have a whole setup for him to be able to understand and know to whom to go. Wendell Barron, by the way, has already been to Ghana a couple times, and he also has an interest in investing in Ghana. So we're really, really happy about that. Godwin Smart Omwafo, who is the Director of National Disaster Management in Ghana and in our sister city. We visited with the Director of disaster management in Lansing, and he was so kind, and we had so many questions and so much we wanted to learn more about that tomorrow afternoon we are going to meet him at the disaster center. I don't think I'm calling it by the right name, but Emergency Management Center, and we're going to spend the afternoon there. And I'm really pleased about all of the staff people with whom we met in the city of Lansing. They were so kind and had so much information to impart. We want to take the mayor and all of Lansing city staff to Ghana with us so that we can learn from each other. So put that in the budget after Sister Cities, not before, after Sister Cities. Eric Ahin is an entrepreneur. He is the owner of an air conditioning business in Ghana. Because he is so interested in bringing his staff people to Lansing to be able to train them more, and because he is interested in investing in a business here in Lansing, we have arranged to meet at the Technical Center on Friday morning at LCC. I think it's probably one of the best, if not the best in the nation. And we will be touring that center on Friday morning. And we're really excited about that and really hope that we can get your staff here to train there. Once you see the center, we're going to have to drag you out of there because you're not going to want to leave. But it's just a beautiful place. And of course, you've already met Reverend Samuel Ajay, who is the president of Christian Friends of Democracy in Ghana. He's also the person who is the monitor of our projects in Ghana. He's our coordinator of our projects. But without him, I'm not sure what we would do, because when we build a clinic you can't just build it and leave it. And when we build a series of latrines in the rural areas, you can't just build them and leave them, or any of the projects that we have, the libraries. Reverend Jay goes around our sister city and he monitors those projects and makes sure they're okay. And when they're not, then he certainly lets us know that they're not, and we react accordingly. So we really appreciate all of you being here today. And so let's give our guests another hand. And now we're going to do a reaffirmation, signing of our agreement. And if Martha would help to direct us, Reverend Jay, if you will come to the table, and Mr. Achiopong for Nsawam Adjiri, if you will come. This is the document that we're signing today. Reaffirmation of Sister Cities Declaration adopted on October 3rd, 2018. The Honorable Andy Schor, Mayor of Lansing, and the Honorable Kwajo Bobing of Nsawam Adjiri. We have two, one for each of our sister cities. In order to further the traditional links of friendship between Lansing, Michigan, and Nsawam Adjiri, Ghana, to reaffirm their mutual aspiration to work in unison for the benefit of their cities and nations, the Honorable Mayor Schor and Boateng of Kofi Achiopong, Municipal Coordinating Director, and Honorable Barbara Roberts Mason on this third day of October 2018, do hereby acknowledge and reaffirm the Sister Cities Agreement between the City of Lansing and the Municipality of Nsawam Adjiri. The City of Lansing and the Municipality of Nsawam Adjiri, on the basis of friendship, cooperation, equality, and mutual benefit, will continue to develop a Sister Cities relationship to promote and broaden economic cooperation and cultural exchanges between the two cities. The two cities do hereby declare their interest in exploring the establishment of business and trade relationships between Lansing and Nsawam Adjiri. In addition, exchanges will be promoted in the area of the arts, such as exhibits, music, dance, and other cultural activities. In addition, exchanges will be promoted in education, and the establishment of contacts within educational institutions encouraged. In addition, we declare our intention to continue to promote exchanges in such fields as science and technology, sports, health, youth, and any areas that will contribute to the prosperity and the future development of friendship between the people of our two cities. And one will be signed for Aquafin South District, and the other for Nsawam Adjiri, our two cities. The Lansing Regional Sister Cities Commission and the City of Lansing have sister cities all over the world, from Japan to China, Korea, Ghana, Mexico, all over. And we're so proud of that because it opens the windows of the world to the people in Lansing, especially to our youth, and we want to really be globalized to understand that the world is a big place, but we have partners and we're so close to so many people. But today we have a delegation from our sister city in Ghana, Aquafin South District, and Nsawam Adjiri. There are two sister cities because it grew so large that they split the district in half. So they're here to reaffirm our commitment with the Sister City Partnership. And that commitment is in the areas of agriculture, education, health, welfare, food security, energy, in almost any area that you can think of. And we've been going for about 23 years now to Ghana, and they've been coming here, delegations, for the same length of time. So we're here tonight to celebrate the love and the friendship that we have with this sister city, like we have with other sister cities around the world, and to help people to understand that we welcome people from all over the world to come to Lansing, especially to meet us, but to invest in our community. We really would like to see as much investment as possible, and that's what we're promoting this year as one of our main priorities. Ghana is known for its cocoa and its chocolates. They didn't give me any chocolates.
This is not going to last long in the Schor household, so thank you very much. So I might have to hide this from my children.